Alright, boys, we're ready. Finally, everyone on the server has readied up. And we are actually hopping into the second map. Of course, Big taking a very convincing victory back on Inferno with a 16-3 scoreline. That was the map choice of 3D Max, and now they come onto their home turf. Big here on Dust2. We know they're very capable, but as are 3D Max, 3 opening headshots found in quick succession as they shut down the initial push. Gobby, now actually the only man left standing. That nade should do some good damage. And against 4 opponents now, pretty much trapped behind that box, there's very little that he can do, as he is indeed going to be finished off. Devil with a 3k to lock down that B push. And a very effective hold. There it is, the start that 3D Max do need. I believe they did. Of course, we were a little bit late hopping into Inferno because we were finishing the previous series, but when we hopped into Inferno, I believe it was 2-2 at that point, and I'm pretty sure that 3D Max did pick up the pistol round back on Inferno as well, so they still need to be cautious. Lost the first gun round, and then from then on, never really got much done. So let's see if it's going to be a similar case this time around. 3D Max looking to take this anti-eco as cleanly as they can. Back with a nice little wall bang. Taking down Tabson. Didn't spot him, of course, pushing up short. Pretty standard to just spam that spot then. As David P claims one on the MP9 as well. That is a dangerous peak. But it's working out. He's just building up money. $1,800 in the bank. Devil with the final kill. And 3D Max don't take a casualty in that round as they keep everyone alive. Ooh, surprisingly Big, actually happy enough to take just pistols and Kevlar in this round. They could have bought, but it wouldn't have been great. They wouldn't have had an op nor a lot of utility, so I guess understandable. They're going to keep trying to get some damage done here in this round, try and get a bomb plant. But early on, Xanthars with that long control does get taken down, but he took a lot of attention towards that side of the map. Absent trying to get that bomb planted, not going to be successful. And as we can see so far, 3D Max again just continue to clean it up. It's only Nex and Gobby that remain. Make that just Gobby trying to creep in through the CT spawn. And he has actually been spotted. An easy finish for Jinx as he gets a 3k this time around. 3-0. Big now coming onto the buy. Going to get everything, as I said, that they could hope for. That's why they were willing to take that extra eco. As they do go up against this buy from 3D Max. Having taken 2 pretty clean rounds for themselves, not losing players. They build up some money. They're able to come into this one with the op in play already. And if they do lose this one, they likely would be able to buy again onto at least the majority of their players. So 3D Max, a bit of a bonus round, but overall they did invest. So let's see if they can keep this up and take that first gun round. Or can Big get themselves onto the board early on, rather. Seems like for now anyway, they are just going to go for a bit of a default. Just kind of splitting up across the map, leaving some players to control for that long aggression that is actually Tizian, I believe. As elsewhere, Big do focus that control on towards short. Can you try speak French? I haven't tried to speak French since I finished school, so probably not. But yeah, here we go. On their minute remaining now for Big. Not too much action actually haven't been found in this round so far. Ooh! Hadji just about spotted Tizzy now. He was playing very sneaky beaky behind that box right there. But it didn't work out for him, sadly. Gets taken down, and that is a man advantage for 3D Max to start this round off. As it looks like Big now going to aim this attack towards A. Smoke being dropped on short. I thought that was going to go down into the CT spawn to allow for a drop, but perhaps not. Molotov's onto the bomb site. The push going to have to come in pretty soon with time beginning to run low. But there we go. Headshots being found. It's Nex on the Krieg. As he finds 2. Big blocking each other a bit as they push forward. Makes things a little bit awkward, but luckily enough, 3D Max had fallen back off. They're happy enough to seemingly try and play for this retake. But will they be effective in it is the question. Already Xanthar shuts down the push up through CT spawn. With that, David P and Devil, I think at this point, probably want to save. David can carry the op over. Devil, if he saves as well, can drop a rifle over to Hadji. So it's definitely worthwhile for them to just carry these 2 weapons in and try and get the reset in the next round. pause actually being called in. You'd presume this is a tactical pause. Probably for 3D Max, but I'm not too sure. Again, I'm not given the info, sadly, about why these pauses come in. I also can't see who called the pause in because I have the chat turned off just for it not to be shown up on stream. So I do just have to kind of speculate. It could be big because they know how important it is for them not to get reset in this round. But on the other hand, it could be 3D Max who called in the tactical pause, knowing that they can get another bio here and want to try and make that work before Big can really get a chance to actually stabilize themselves. Here we go, Big. They have that up in play, of course, for Tabson. Quick mid-control trying to come in, but Devil, he was actually just hiding in that smoke right there. Was not expected. It eventually comes in from Tizian, but it was a little bit awkward. Devil stayed alive a lot longer than he should have. But either way, a 1-for-1, that is something that I think Big are going to be a little bit more happier with than 3D Max will be. Rotation having to come in as well. How have they got David P towards the top of mid, actually? That's so much info because that gives them the ability to rotate Makazin over. As you can see, he's now on B. David P, no way expects this. This is going to be an easy kill on Tabson. I thought he might even wait and see if he could get another, but he just goes for it. And actually does manage to catch that man advantage for 3D Max right now. That's forcing Big to just commit to B pretty much. Molotov should be somewhat effective to force Haji out into the open. He gets taken down, and now Maka with the up on the site. If he falls before being able to find that, he's actually Jinx. Never mind. Maka, he was the one that got taken down, or rather who rotated back out the door, so he's going to be still alive for now, and Nade goes through to drop the bomb. But a 2-on-2 really still could go either way. Problem is that quick flank, I don't know if that's expected, but Xantares catches it, takes David P down, and Nex shuts down Makazin as he tries to push through the window. A second round to be found for Big, and with that we should see 3D Max now having to actually go ahead and take an eco. Should be a third round being found pretty easily for the German side. You'd expect them to be able to do so up against only pistols, of course, but they have to try and be careful. They don't want to take too much damage either. Don't want to be losing too many weapons. This is their chance to build up some economy, and that's exactly what's happening, it seems, as Xantares walks straight onto B, takes the 2 opening kills, and as we see already, a 5-on-2 in play. Nothing that can be done by 3D Max in this position now. David, I guess, it could be worthwhile for him to just save the Kevlar. On the other hand, Haji could potentially try steal a weapon. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Tizian does, of course, hear those footsteps, giving him a pretty easy kill, leaving only David now alive. And I think they actually do know where he is as well. I believe he was spotted. Ooh. He might be able to survive. I think the ideal scenario from here is he might actually just try and peek out when the bomb is about to explode because he wants to steal a weapon. Oh, Tabson's shooting the football. Ah, it was bait. Get baited, David. That was actually brilliant. I don't think he knew he was up close, but it worked so well. That was an interesting way for David to go down. I honestly thought he would have got a kill. But yeah, 3D Max into this round. Going to be not buying up. Looking to go for a little bit of a half buy. They invest somewhat. As you can see, that does give them some SMGs alongside that shotgun for David P. So he makes that work for 1 kill already. And actually, a lot of damage done to Gobby. And also Nex taking some. I believe that was the nades thrown in towards tunnels at the beginning. So a good advantage early on here for 3D Max. They can be pretty happy with how that went, but as I said, of course, Xantares again, similar to the previous round, leading the charge onto the B bomb site. Was running low on bullets right there, but he's so precise with the AK that it doesn't matter. Quick headshot came in, and now it's a 3-on-2. But again, look at the amount of damage that has been done. Can they make this happen? No defuse kill, so with the bomb now being planted, that means they are going to begin to work against that timer quite heavily. Makazin catching Nex, peeking out, trying to drop the smoke, and look at Gobby and Xantares both barely hanging on to life. If they were sneezed at, they might actually fall over. But let's see. The op in the hands of Gobby. Xantares, he's playing well, of course, so far. We know he's capable of those quick headshots, and that's what he's going to need to make happen. Gobby, quick flick down, takes Haji as he emerges through the smoke. as it's all left on Macazin. Two players to try find. He knows where they're both positioned at least, but it's not really too winnable for him right now. Realizes that without the time, backing off just to try and save the AK. Almost lines them up, actually. Was actually only trying to take down Xanthars there, but Gobby ran in front of him, which is a little bit upsetting because that means the op isn't going to be saved. Oh, and actually Maka gets the final kill as well. Not going to get the op for himself, but not too bad. Again, they only put some investment into that round. This is where now 3D Max do buy. So been able to find all 5 kills. Pretty decent, keeping the economy low. Already, actually, Tabson did find that opening kill on Devil. Another from Tizian comes in as well as Haji. Not having too much assistance on Long. It's taken down. Damage being done onto David P and Maka, but they do eventually actually return. I was gonna say 1 frag, but make that a couple. Jinx being gifted the back of Xanthars as he exposes himself to him on mid. And with that now, it is the man advantage for 3D Max. Nex and Tabson, considered two of the best German players in the world, though. That is still who remains for Big. A chance for them to try and actually pull this round back for sure, as they do actually head towards a completely open A-bomb site. They won't realize that immediately, but let's see. I'd like to see Tabson just drop that bomb to Nex and let him push up, keep Tabson on long. Problem is he's not being cautious, so the flank gonna come in, taken down by David. And now it's all onto Nex. 1v3. Flash comes in, and on 1 health, David makes it work for the final kills. Not going to bother with that op, of course. They do already have 2 in their possession. Here we go. Another gun round coming in. This opening kill being done by Haji as he actually does spam through the smoke. Gobby on the op early on. I'm going to presume that that was based on the spawn. Surprisingly, no one else hasn't picked it up quite yet, so a little bit strange. Hang on, David P is pushing out long, and he's actually managed to get pretty much perfect timing on this. The second all of the big players took their attention away from it is when he pushed out, so they probably won't expect this to be the case so quickly, as they do all group up on short. Are they watching behind is the question. Not currently, so this could be so detrimental to this push for Big. David P, will he be able to find multiple kills is the question. Gets 2 and a bit more damage onto Tizzy and dropping him to 13 HP. Meaning, of course, a 4v2 now, in that firmly in the hands, rather, of 3D Max, as they look heavily favoured. Been able to deal with that player on Goose immediately. At least not before Tabson is brought down low. The wall bang and the jump shot then from Jinx to close it out, as 3D Max go ahead and claim the lead. Big again now going to be put back down to just the pistols into this one. $1,900 lost bonus is all they got, I believe. Let me double check. I have to keep the HLTV scoreboard up beside me. Actually be able to see the round losses. Yeah, only getting $1,900 into this round, so not really ideal. They did have to just take this eco. They'll buy in the next one. It'll be an okay buy, but I don't think they're going to be allowed the op or anything. Already they're good damage from the nade as well. David, 900, 1,800. Building up money. Counting it up, as J. Cole would say. But now it's only Tizian who remains. A deagle in hand. He's got 1 kill. Can he find anything else is the question. As he does sadly face off against that shotgun. I was going to say maybe a chance, as it wasn't super close range. As it is now going to be a 6-4. Yeah, if anyone's having lag issues with the stream, I don't think that's on my end. You might want to just try maybe lowering the quality down a little bit. There was a couple of guys I think were having issues yesterday. I'm not sure. Maybe it could be just a Twitch thing. But it seems fine. I have the stream running on my screen at all times as well. Looks smooth enough for me. Could be better quality. I am, of course, running it from my PC at home, but I'm doing my best for y'all guys. And I hope you are, of course, enjoying some good CS. It's always nice to watch. Counter-Strike being a spectacular game. They both play and just follow. Let's see, though. Big back on the buy. No op available, as I said. They do pull out a Krieg onto Nex. He's been loving that weapon. Let's see if he can keep it up. Tizian taking some early damage from, I believe, a nade. Not ideal for him, but hopefully it won't damage the round too much for Big for their own sake. Oh god, my throat rather is completely giving up on me right now. I had to get a little bit of water into me right there, sorry. But yeah, time getting low. Big yet to really do too much at this point. Again, Xantares is going to be the one to lead the way. Double smoke the CT. I'm not sure if that was intended. Maybe to stop anyone from being able to push around and gap, perhaps. But there we go. Xantares gets the opening kill. Devil with the op on that B-bomb site. Too many angles for him to just deal with, so pretty much impossible for him to hold it down. Tunnels, door, and window. Maybe with a rifle there'd be an opportunity, but not this time around. And as you can see, losing the B-bomb site means 3D Max instantly called that they do just want to go ahead and save. It's not going to be at least all the players saving. I think only Haji at this point looking to be able to actually carry that M4 over. Upgrades it to an AK, but he's still being hunted down, so I don't even know if that's going to be allowed. And as you can see, Tizian gonna go ahead and drop that rifle. Nothing to actually be saved over for 3D Max, which is a little bit unfortunate because they can buy on everyone except for Haji. So saving just the one rifle would have actually given them a perfect buy coming into this round. You'd see Haji actually having to go for the MP9 rather, but it's not terrible. They have the op on Maka, they have the rifles elsewhere, plenty of utility as well. So you definitely cannot count 3D Max out in this round. They still have a chance to try and come back in. But look at this, straight through the smoke on B. A risky push from Big that so far does not start off in their favor. Jinx going to double down on the Yogg, lines them up in the tunnels. What's going on, Big? Such a disjointed push right now. Tizian may find one to slightly recover things, but he doesn't do so cleanly. He takes a lot of damage in the process. That's a 4-on-3 now being the case. And actually, no longer, because Tizian goes down trying to take that fight against Maka. Oh, he throws the op away. He's going to take the AK for now so he can hold up close. Obviously, he can pick the op up after. Here's the footsteps. That's a free kill. Takes his time. And now it's all on Tabson. Oh, hang on. They don't want to keep giving him the kills like this. Brings it down to the 1v2. And still, of course, has over a minute remaining. Under a minute now at this point, but just barely. So this could be dangerous. One player in suicide, one in the tunnels. Oh, doesn't get up short in time. Maka jumping up on the box, going to get the view and the kill. 7-5, the reset comes in. Big, losing the loss bonus. As you can see, Gobby, he's put into a double eco, so it's not unlikely that we'll see the buy come in, just because Tizian and Xantares can buy fully. Nex has 3650, so I guess maybe Nex can buy an AK body armor. Tabson can potentially drop an AK over, but they're just going to go for what seems like some weaker weapons overall. Nex going to stick on the Deagle and keep some money in the bank, surprisingly. A scout for Tabson and the couple of AKs, of course, so not ideal here for Big. If 3D Max pick this up, they find an 8th round, then they force them down to an eco, and will likely be looking at 9 on the CT side already. There we go, Xantares. A big name, of course, to have that AK in the hands of. Gets a crucial kill early on and takes down David P. Not even too sure how he spotted him over the smoke. I don't think he did until the shots came in. Is the crosshair supposed to be this hard to see? Not really. I think it might be on Dust2, though. Most people complain if you lose like a white crosshair or something, so usually the green one is the best. But maybe I could turn up the thickness a little bit. I'll give that a go in a minute. But for now, we do, of course, need to focus on this round. All 5 players for Big currently actually grouped up on short, meaning they don't have control anywhere else on the map, so they do have to be cautious that a flank could potentially be coming in, that maybe 3D Max have got aggressive somewhere. They're just being held off right now by the C-Tilty, so this could still get dangerous for them with the time beginning to get quite low. Going towards A as well, there's 2 players ready to try and hold it, a 3rd player on long. So let's see how it goes. Smoke going down towards CT, flash coming in so they can drop and push up through that ramp as well. But already Maka finds the open, and the smoke actually didn't land effectively where it was meant to, given a chance for the CTs to try and hold it down. But as we can see, trades coming back and forth, for now at least favouring Big. And unless Haji can have something to say about it, finds one quick headshot onto Nex. But the bomb now being planted means it is going to have to be the retake. Damage being done. Tabson ready with a quick headshot, and they know where Jinx is. Pinned in CT, low HP, gets one, sure, but the trade should be found. That was dangerous for Tizian. Very low on health already. Got hit once from like 30 down to 14 before eventually getting it. Big, they come straight back into it. Very back and forth so far. As now it's 3D Max who are facing a very tough position, as they do actually have to go for the force buy. It was a double eco, I believe, for a few of their players, meaning they wouldn't have been able to buy in the next round either way. So they've gone for it. They're going to see if they can make it work with these pistols. If they can't, they'll be working with a similar buy in the following round. Oh, unlucky for Maka. Gets the dink, but not quite enough, only having the P250. Who is this camera operator? It's technically me, but not actually, because I'm using an auto director. Apologies. Very difficult to solo cast and observe. I only usually take over the observing when it comes down to like a clutch, and I have to swap to one person specifically. But yeah, right now, Big already finding a 2-man advantage early on into this round. And in the process of doing so, of course, getting that long control. Commitment towards A looking to be extremely likely at this point. They've left Tabson back with him being on low HP. He's just trying to, I guess, take down rotations if they come up through mid. But as we can see, at least, all 3 players right now for the CT side towards A. So, an opportunities for these pistols to get some damage done. Problem is, Xantares has been absolutely on fire so far in this game. And he's continuing it. Headshots across the board. I think that's like maybe all he's found so far. Ooh, what was that? Yeah, let's have a look. We'll look at more stats. Let's see what the headshots have been for Xantares. Headshot, only 45? I thought he found a lot more than that. Okay, I was wrong. Tizian right now sitting with 112 ADR, and then David P with 119. I always forget that you can use that more stats thing. I really overlook at it. This view model is disgusting. I disagree. As I said, though, a similar buy in this round as it was to the previous for 3D Max. Oh, again, another failed smoke. German smoke. Bit awkward. Didn't affect him, luckily. If there had been anyone holding up mid, maybe it would have been an issue, because I believe that was meant for Xbox, but it's okay. Yeah, I think something did actually come out of my PC, the USBs maybe. I think that's what that was. I can see everyone's reaction. Nah, it wasn't an update. I've updates turned off on Windows 10. It just be like that, you know? There we go. Haji gets 1. Jinx and David P gonna catch a couple of kills in quick succession as well. Pretty much out of nowhere. But that's actually in favor of 3D Max right now. It's begun to kind of unravel. Next pulls back 1, being his second in the round, but he's 33 HP, meaning these pistols enough to finish him off in just 1 bullet. Next gets another. Keeps up the frags, pushing it down on mid. Auto director, why do you hate me? But Jinx, he hates Next right now because he takes them down. A quick kill on the Deagle, leaving it all into the 1v1. That Molotov should hold David P off for at least a couple of seconds, and does actually allow for Tabson to get in the door, but he just decides to take the fight. I thought David P was ready for that, in all honesty. He looked like he was holding the position at least. It does end up being Big who find that 8th round. To 7.5 time. I don't think either side is going to be heavily favored by any means. This is going to continue to be a close match, it seems, but overall A7 pretty solid. It is a map that's considered to be quite even, maybe slightly T-sided, and of course Big picking up 8 rounds on the T side kind of goes with that theory. We have actually lost the player from the 3D Max side. Who are we missing? We have David P, Macazin, Haji, and Devil, meaning we're missing... I forgot. I can never remember what the one player is missing, even though I know the entire line. Oh, we're missing Jinx. That's who it is. And Jay. Jinx. Hopefully he's not having any issues that'll keep him out of the server. Doesn't seem so. He has actually already rejoined, so that means we shouldn't really be too long before we get back into the action. Here we go. Back into things almost. A pause has been called, as you can see on your screens. Not too sure what it's for. Don't see any issues ping-wise, at least when we bring the scoreboard up. So I guess it could technically be a tactical pause, but again, I don't actually get given that info. Wonder what's up right now. I guess we can have a look at the buys at least going into this pistol. I presume this is what they're going to be sticking with. Although Next does have a Zeus, so maybe that was a misbuy. Potentially could have been. They might be asking for a reset of the round. Alright, sorry guys for being quiet there for a while. I was actually just trying to message to the admins asking what's up, trying to find out what the pause is for, and hopefully if it won't take hopefully it won't take long rather. Caster did not die. That's what happens when I go quiet for 20 seconds. Everyone just like, Caster AFK, Caster dead. And I'm like, no, sadly not. What team should you put in your pick'ems? I'm not really too sure. Pure frustration. I could maybe try and help you a little bit, but I don't think that'd be a good idea, because if I'm wrong, then it's my fault, you know. I just don't think the admins know themselves, or what normally goes on is the admins are actually trying to just obviously help the issues be resolved. So I did just throw in the message and ask. Not too bad. Hopefully we get a response soon and we can find out what's going on, because of course neither of these teams going to want to be taking a big break. At least it does kind of cut off the momentum, and you get a little bit, at least I'd get a little bit fidgety just sitting there waiting to get back into the game. Oh, we hear typing. Could that be them removing the pause perhaps? Hello. This is Dean's twin brother. I'm taking over the cast. He's dead. He's just gone. Oh, am I messing? Yeah, we're still paused. I actually don't know what's going on. I did hear that typing in the chat, so I honestly thought that they were removing the pause, but it was a bait, a bigger bait than that football bait earlier on from Big. Interesting that the Germans can manage to get football even into their CS:GO games. They can use it as a tactic. Alright, I guess we make this a Q&A, guys. Just start throwing questions in the chat, because I don't know what to talk about. Help me, please. I will answer random questions, as long as they're reasonable. Again, we hear typing in the chat, but I'm not going to get my hopes up this time until the pause is removed. Someone said, why Big benched Smooya? From what I understand, Smooya benched himself from Big, just because he, I guess, wasn't really enjoying himself. Someone just asked me something in German. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. Oh, director skillfully directing the pause. Yeah, it's everything cinematic. I should drop it to 28 FPS to make it extra cinematic. Where are you from? I'm from Dublin, Ireland. Born and raised. Cats are dogs. Definitely dogs. Cats don't like me, but little kittens are adorably cute, so I don't not like them. Jesus, there's too many questions. I can't read them. What's the pause for? Still no idea. Favorite mouse? I am currently using the... Accidentally dropped my mouse while turning it upside down and let go to push to talk. I'm currently using the EC2A, but I also have an FK2, a Death Adder, and a Rifle 700 somewhere. I like all of them, but I guess it kind of depends. I probably prefer the EC2A. I find the Rifle 700 especially to be way too heavy. You weeb? No, I've actually never watched any anime. I don't think so. I don't think anything I've ever watched is counted as anime. Opinion of Shaggy on Mortal Kombat 11. I'm pretty sure that was a joke, but that would be great. What is your favorite ramen flavor? Ramen's noodles, right? Guessing that's an American thing. Just I like curry flavor noodles. What do you think about juice? Juice is nice. Depends what kind. I like the fresh orange juice. Someone just said McGregor. Yes. Ognerf coming in the future. I hope not. It's good to see a little bit of a difference. Why is Ireland so rich? Because its capital is always Dublin. That is a terrible, terrible joke. Azalea. Very disappointed. Push to talk? Yeah, I use push to talk. I don't want you hearing all the background noise, you know, at points. I have a very, very loud family. Mostly my dog that's really loud. Should Connor have beaten Khabib? No, not fighting like that. Why do I sound Canadian? I don't know. Guess that's a question you'll have to actually analyze and try and find out yourself. Listen to every word I say, relate it to something Canadian, and see if maybe I'm pronouncing certain sounds the same way. That's all you can do. I don't know. How did King Arthur die? I have no idea. How old am I? I'm 20. Ramen American thing. Yeah, no, but I mean, we don't call anything in Ireland ramen, but I'm pretty sure it's noodles, but I'm not 100% sure. What do you think Navi's problem is? That they always get hit by upsets? Your professional opinion? Well, obviously they do rely a lot on simple and electronic to frag out. So if they have a game where they don't really play up to scratch, if both of them especially don't, then they can get upset. Are you casting this from your home? Yeah, I am. Currently just chilling in my bedroom, talking to 16,000 people while we wait for this game to unpause. What was the football thing? Oh, it was just a thing that happened earlier on in the stream. What was it exactly? Big were just shooting the football around. It baited David into peeking, and he got wrecked. I think that was what happened, if I can remember correctly. Why did the Irish love pro wrestling? I'm not really a big fan of pro wrestling myself, but I do know a lot of people who are. I'm not too sure. I guess they just like to... They enjoy it. I can't really give an answer since I myself don't really watch it too much since I was a child. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know. Whatever amount they could chuck, you know. That's really the answer. Eastern Canadian accents are pretty similar to Irish. Well, Newfoundland has a lot of people who came from Ireland, so their accents do sound a bit Irish. So maybe you could be relating it to that. I don't know. What brand of undies do you wear right now? Don't think they're any sort of special brand or anything. That's a strange question. Are you Clarence Kennedy? I don't know who that is, sorry. How did I get into casting? I just started casting like small little LAN events here in Ireland and really enjoyed it. And ended up just keep doing it. Done it for fun, mostly just casting friends games, ESEA games and stuff that'd be on. And eventually ended up hopping into some smaller actual like job roles, and eventually became an ESL partner and started doing some qualifiers and stuff for them. And some smaller events. Was there ever a game at some point? Yeah, at one point we actually were watching Counter-Strike. believe it or not. I think Nuke is T or CT sided. Definitely still CT sided, but nowhere near as much as he used to be before they reworked it. How many games have you casted in my career? I don't know. Probably thousands of maps at this point, in all honesty, because I've done a lot of online casting as well. What is the meaning of life? I don't know, bro. What do you think was the biggest reason of the downfall for the downfall of Virtus Pro? I don't know. They just fell off. Other people got better. They didn't get better. They kind of begin to fall out of their prime. Snacks, of course, he had been a big fragger for them. Kind of fell off massively as well as they began to actually drop in performance. So a lot of things really kind of just didn't go well for VP. Do you ever get lonely on solo casts? Yeah, sometimes, especially when it's smaller streams and there isn't a decent amount of people in the chat to interact with. It definitely can get a little bit more lonely. It can be harder to keep yourself actually focused on it. I think that's a match medic coming in, so that might mean we're almost ready to go. Do I know RT game? No. I just saw quickly go past the screen is someone said, I don't think this caster sounds Irish, he sounds like a rat. I would like to hear what a rat sounds like when speaking English. Can you imitate SpongeBob? Not that I know of. Never tried it. What rank am I in CSGO? Currently Supreme in matchmaking, level 10 FACEIT, and I haven't played ESEA in ages, but I think I was A or A+ last time. Oh, I think we're going, boys. Looks like we're just about ready to go. No, it's still paused. Oh lord. What team would I like to win? I don't really choose a team that I'd like to win when I'm watching. It just it makes casting less fun. You need to be unbiased. You need to be able to enjoy big plays from both sides. I just in general I'm a fan of some good Counter-Strike. Supreme. Yeah, I'm Supreme right now, sadly. Soz. I'm a big noob. I lost my global. I play with my... The only time I play matchmaking is with friends from my my area. Actual friends. Does anyone actually play matchmaking series? That's the real thing. How many hours do I have in CS? Well, casting and playing combined is a bit over 6,000. Only like over half of that at this point I think is casting. So, because when I'm casting I'll usually be on my own account. A lot of the time streaming it or else either way in the game watching the GoTV. So that really builds the hours up, of course. You think they can't change sides? Okay, I'm not actually too sure what's going on. Looks like we might be actually going live finally, though. Woo! Let's go, boys! Into the action. We've all waited. We've been waiting for this moment for a good 25 minutes, and it looks like it's going to kick off pretty quickly. Already lung control coming in from 3D Max. Aggression from Big as they look to try and take the fight straight to their opponents as well. And let's see if it's going to work out. Tabson pushed up aggressively on short. For now, no one really actually going to be facing him. You can see 3D Max being cautious, aware that since lung control was given up, there's a good chance that they may have actually pushed short. What's up, Jeet? But let's see what the plan is for 3D Max. Although they do have long, of course, they're still kind of hanging back, only leaving one player in that position. I was going to say maybe they want to try and get that short control, but of course with Tabson facing aggressively, that could be difficult. And then also having Xanthars watching into lower tunnels. Overall, a tough position for 3D Max, but there we go. Bit of a dink comes in. Hadji actually going to be able to take down Tabson, peeking out from short. And suddenly 3D Max do find that man advantage for themselves. Grouped up in the tunnels. Getting ready to go forward. It is going to be, for now at least, only Nex on that side of the map. Tizian, he can get a quick rotation in at least. as he is playing in towards middle. Oh, Maka being left on that long lurk does get taken down, but as you can see, the commitment now going to come towards B. Next, Blind that actually finds 2 quick headshots somehow. Not sure how he made that work, but he's done it. David P and Haji now left in a 2-on-3, and those flashes have kept them blinded for so long, but they still make it work. Tizian goes down, a dink onto Gobby follows it up, and suddenly back into the 2v2. Xanthar is on this flank, is going to have to get this done, and there we go. The first comes in. Haji playing in behind that smoke at least. Currently no vision being found onto him, but look at how low the time is getting. The bomb needs to be planted, and with 6 seconds, he has to stick it right now pretty much. Going for those kills was the other option, but sadly only one to be found. And with that big, they are going to keep the lead and increase it a little bit further now as we head into the second half of Dust2, with that pistol round going over in favor of the German side. Dude, where's the crosshair? I can still... I said I'd turn up the thickness of the crosshair for you guys, so I will do that very quick. Oh, god damn it. David, why'd you have to get a kill while I was changing the crosshair? That should be better for you, although I hope you can see it now properly. But, yeah. David, he did actually get an opening kill, even if you did not witness it. Which is my bad, of course, but we had that mentioned before, and I just forgot to change the crosshair for y'all, so figured I'd do it quickly. But even with that opening kill, of course, 3D Max, they don't have a lot of investment into this round. It is mostly just the couple of upgraded Deagles that'll really give them any chance to get anything done. Glocks being kept in play elsewhere. Oh, and a great nade onto Maka as well takes a lot of health off of him, so even with the 4v5, this shouldn't be too difficult for Big from this point forward. The SMGs against the Kevlar-less opponents, a good chance to build up some money. And Xanthars, as you can see, he is the one on the A-bomb site, and it looks like he will be tested soon. Has that M4 in his hands. Nice kill coming in from Gobby on towards Long. And as I said, of course, Xanthars with that rifle playing from the A-bomb site should have a relatively easy time. Oh, he gets knifed! Jinx, the patience, the balls to actually take the time. They're realizing he was blinded to just take out the knife and go for it. And that is nice. That's a good boost in money. You can see, of course, because of that now, he can actually buy up an op and drop it over to Maka if they want. And that's what they're going to do. That knife is a big round changer here for 3D Max. Make crosshair red? Nah, I'm not making it red, sorry. So bad crosshair? What's wrong with the crosshair? Just a pretty standard crosshair in all honesty. There we go, 3D Max on their first gun round at a half. A good opportunity for them considering we do, of course, see Big keeping a lot of SMGs in play. Or rather actually Tabson that was in behind the car. They're able to find only one before being taken down. As it is for now a 4-on-4. Haji and Devil both having taken some damage means there is still a good chance here for Big. Maybe they can use those SMGs effectively. And currently for 3D Max, they don't really have any control on the map bar A long, so that is a bit of an issue. You can see Nex actually pushed up somewhat in tunnels, gives them an opportunity to actually go ahead and stack towards A. So Big do have 3 players on this side of the map. 2 of them who can immediately hold down, then Tizian and CT Spawn who can rotate up. So here we go, 3D Max finally beginning to push forward now. Smoke goes down. I think that will leave a bit of a gap, so a second one also being thrown to make sure that that's not the case. As now Xanthars lines them up with the M4 somehow. 2 quick headshots being found. The flashes keeping the rest of the 3D Max players at bay. As it is going to be another kill from Tizian, meaning it's all on Maka. He gets finished off. And even with that op after getting the knife in the previous round, it doesn't really amount to too much. 11-7 as Big continue to increase this lead. And we will likely have to just see 3D Max going ahead and taking the pistols again in this round. Shank, no, you can't get drops here, sorry. This is the IEM Sydney qualifier. As a rule of note, the only place to get drops normally is the major. The only place they've ever been done before, bar some different types of drop systems by other streams. Xanthars getting very aggressive. Risky indeed, but he's making it work. Up against the Eco. Nothing too spectacular, but it's good money and good confidence as he pads the stats. eventually goes down. As I said, a bit risky for him to keep getting aggressive. Tabson also getting dropped elsewhere means at least some damage has been connected in this round by 3D Max. But it should still be big closing it out. Eventually the case from Tizian with a one-tap. Off being retrieved. Gobby sadly not able to upgrade off the MP7, but 12-7, big. Looking to try and take this one with a quick 2-0, it seems. Of course, they were very dominant back on Inferno. Oh, Maka, he actually finds that. Tabson was ready, but he took the shot just a little bit too early. The flash going down blinded him, and he tried to get the timing. But sadly, not working out for him. 5-on-4 early on. This is the chance. 3D Max around that they need. A French smoke this time around. Jinx sadly jumped in the way of it. Hopefully it won't cost them, as they do actually still try and go for this aggression on mid. And with that being found, they may try and group back up and maybe go for a bit of a B split. They do still have smokes, of course, that they can put down towards the CT spawn. Next being on mid, and then, of course, Tizian back on the B-bomb site. But for now, at least, 3D Max, they do keep most of their presence on towards short. With plenty of time, of course, to really come to a decision about where they do want to bring that bomb. Viewer count says 11 in the top right. Yeah, that's the GoTV viewers. There we go. The 4v5 with 40 seconds remaining. Big, beginning to push forward somewhat. I was going to say on short is where we're seeing that actually happening from Xanthars, but next, he finds one on mid. Sadly, a bit of a wide peek means he is easily tradable. Jinx going to find Gobby jumping down into the spawn as well. And suddenly Tizian on B being the only one to try and hold that down. Xanthars finds one. Tizian on the AUG. He comes in with a double headshot quickly. And suddenly it's the 1v1 Devil against Tizian. Who's going to win it out and take the round for their team? As Devil not too sure. He doesn't actually realize that Tizian has crossed over to the other side. Able to take cover. This should be a free kill pretty much for Tizian right now. And indeed it is. 13-7. Big again pulled their way back into a round that they had no right winning. This new big lineup looking solid so far, has to be said. Xanthars. Look at this. Tabson hasn't even really been needed in this game. Him and Gobby sitting down there. In the previous map, Gobby and Tabson absolutely destroyed people. In this one, Tizian and Xanthars are absolutely wrecking. Big, looking like a solid lineup here with this 5. You do have to still, of course, doubt the fact about Tabson being on that primary op role. You know, he's very capable with it, especially on the CT side, but his aggressive op could definitely be improved. And I feel like having him on the op, of course, not having him on that rifle, rather, is a little bit of a loss. As it is, of course, a very weak investment from 3D Max. They've gone for a little bit of a quasi-buy. They can get the buy in the next round either way, so giving themselves an opportunity in this round. Let's see if it works out. Quick push towards A. Maka, while completely blind, that actually does find the opening kill, but that nade should do a lot of damage. There you have it. Jinx and Maka both tagged down. A 4v4 in play. As there is still a chance for 3D Max, but it's going to be tough because, as you can see, the players for the CT side are already prepared to go for this retake. David on the scout gets that shot on the Tizian, and Tizian just doesn't bother to turn around, and somehow the kills go in favor of 3D Max. That was very strange. As David resorted to the Glock to actually find the frag. 3D Max make it work there with a pretty much just an investment where they spent that excess cash. It goes in their favor, meaning big now, actually. They're the ones that are left with a pretty weak economy. Next facing a double eco. Gobby, Tizian, and Tabson could buy. And Xanthars would have to go for a weaker weapon as well. So let's see what they do end up deciding on. A pause, of course, has been called, as they are going to be trying to discuss what they're going to want to do in this round, you would imagine. presume that in that previous round, Tizian must have thought that he was being flanked out from mid, because it was very strange he didn't bother turning around after getting shot in the back. There we go. Big now just gonna go ahead and actually take the eco. Happy enough to just upgrade a couple pistols, see if they can get some damage in. Of course, still having a 5-round lead. They have a bit of a buffer zone to work with. We do see 3D Max actually all grouped up in tunnels pretty much. Looks like they want to go straight towards B. Only going to be Tizian on the dig right now to try and hold that down. One kill pretty quickly, connects some damage onto Haji, and actually gives a chance here for a flank to come up through tunnels. Problem is, 3D Max were being cautious. They take down one. Second player then resorting to falling back off, as 3D Max do the same. Still 50 seconds remaining. Man advantage, and knowing that there is at least a couple of players on that B side of the map, they're going to bring it elsewhere. And in the process of doing so, they do catch Gobby in the transition through spawn. Really, no matter where they bring it now, as long as they stick together, find those trades efficiently, then they of course should have a pretty easy time taking themselves this 9th round. Oh, yeah, Nex, I think, just got an idea about what's going on, spotting those players on long. Nex, oh, go straight down. Tabson did find a kill on the other side of the map, getting himself an AK, so if Nex had found even one there, then perhaps it would have been doable. But at this point, I think Tabson does want to save, just because, of course, Nex facing a double eco. Xantar has pretty much been on the double eco as well. If they can drop that one rifle over, it gives them a much better buy in this next round. Of course, 3D Max now taking it to within just 4 rounds. Slowly working their way back into Dust2 here. It's been a lot closer than it was back on Inferno. But of course, currently Big do still hold control of the game overall. Definitely could be changed though. As I said, Big probably going to buy into this round now, due to, of course, being able to save over that AK. Tabson, I guess, could drop an op over maybe. Oh, well, buy himself an op rather. Drop the AK over, I meant to say. So yeah, he gives that to Xantar. Is definitely worthwhile. He's a dangerous man with that AK in his hands. Op comes out. Next, hands an Og. Gobby going to go for the MP7, and Tizian can buy for himself. So overall, it is a pretty good buy. It's only going to be that one weakness in the form of an MP7, but they have the main firepower that they require. That's 3D Max. They need to pick this one up as well. They haven't built up too much money in the bank. Why did they have a double up set up on the T side? I think this is actually something I've seen them go for a few times lately, so maybe something that they want to make work. Nice flash. Tizian tried to catch the timing to actually get that spray in. Sadly, it doesn't work out. He goes down to Tizian to push through the smoke on mid. Will it work out? Because there is a player up close. As now the split towards B going to be coming in. Kills continuing to go in favor of 3D Max. And it looks like it's going to keep going like that. Next, trying to hide on the back of the bomb site, hoping that they wouldn't check it. But of course, he was spotted extremely easily right there by Haji, rather. As it's all on Gobby. He's trapped in CT spawn. Should be finished off very quickly. Molotov goes down. Seems like they definitely have an idea of his position. He's not able to find anything, sadly. Finished off quickly. All 5 players surviving for 3D Max. Another gun round goes in their favor, as they should be able to find an 11th round now off the back of that. Big, likely going to take the eco. Maybe some pistols to be upgraded, but I wouldn't expect much else. At this point, it's probably that tactical. can see actually, as you would imagine, just the upgraded pistols, bit of utility. Xanthar is able to get Kevlar as well with the 5.7, so a chance for Big to try and keep getting the damage in, keep the economy somewhat modest for 3D Max, but slowly but surely that lead that they had is beginning to somewhat slip away. As the pause has been removed and we are going to be getting back into the action. This, as I said, should be an 11th round for 3D Max fairly easily. Up against the pistols, there's definitely a chance for Big to get something into this one. But as long as 3D Max approach it with caution and work together, then they should be looking pretty okay. That's some good nade damage though. Maka wallbang through the door, flicked up and took the head off of Tabson. Revenge for the damage that was done to his teammates just moments before by those nades. And with that now, it is a 5-on-4 to start things off already for 3D Max. Jinx actually going to catch the aggression towards Long as well, so as you would expect, looking to be a pretty easy round here from the French side. Hyper, this is not the final, it is the upper bracket final. So the winner of this heads on into the grand final, I believe. The loser knocked down to the lower bracket. As actually, this could get dangerous. A nice flash being thrown in there gave a chance for the pistol to maybe find a few kills. But of course, it didn't work out, sadly. Some damage being done, but not enough for a frag. As David comes in with that final headshot as well. An 11th for 3D Max, now 2 in the difference. As it will be Big going for the buy again, but it's not spectacular. If they want to get an op, Next has to drop it over. And that would, of course, mean sacrificing all the utility. For him, at least. Robbie going for the MP7 again, so he can get utility and likely a defuse kit, you'd imagine. Get a defuse kit, please. No defuse kit coming out. That's strange. Okay, he had enough money for it, so a little bit surprising. But it may not even be needed if all the kills just come in for 3D Max and they don't even need to get the bomb down, because already we do actually see David P opening things up with that AWP. Taking that long spawn that he had, being effective and dropping Xanthars early on. A big name to claim. As it looks like now, actually, the commitment's going to come towards B. Next, alongside Tizian to try and hold it down. Successful for one at least, but quick trades being found. Jinx on the AUG. Comes in with 2, opens up the B bomb site, and at this point, Tabson and Gobby, they may as well just go ahead and save, because a 2v4 retake on B without a defuse kit is near impossible. And at this point, it doesn't look like they're going to save. Ooh, the timing. Gobby just about going to hang on to life for now. The second he peaked was when David P did go out of the scope. Pretty Max have a good bit of money, so it does look like they actually do want to hunt this down. There we go. A little bit of a bait. The spam coming through. Forces the peak to come in. Maka almost goes down, but he gets it in the end with that P250. As another pause comes in. Perhaps, again, a tactical pause from Big. Problem is, they can't really buy into this round, so likely gonna, as you can see, just get the pistols out, giving a good chance for 3D Max to go ahead and actually equalize the score at 13-13. Remind there, at one point, we did see Big having a considerable lead. Having now lost, I believe, 5 rounds in a row. Looking to be 6 in a row. We do see 3D Max actually stabilizing themselves as things were beginning to kind of get out of control on this T side. Quick play towards Long, gonna find some very easy control. Tabson only having a USP, there's not really very much that he can do about this. And sadly, he's a very easy victim for the AK of Haji. Damage being exchanged back, but still kills to favor 3D Max. Not much that Tizian could do against the op at that range, of course. 5-on-3. A minute and just under 10 seconds remaining. So 3D Max not in a rush to make a decision about where they're going to commit to. Devil needs to be careful. He doesn't want to go down. I guess it's not too big of a deal if he does, but ideally he's going to want to stay alive. Haji. Oh, nice spray control. Looked a bit awkward for a while there on the second, but eventually gets it, and that is indeed the A-bomb site under the control of 3D Max. Bomb plant should easily enough be found. It's not needed. Never mind. Haji continues on, gets the quad in that round. Up against the Eco and Big, of course, but it's always nice to build up your confidence and also add a little bit to those stats. So here we go. And going around again for Big, one that they do need to pick up, otherwise it's looking like 3D Max have pulled their way back into this. Of course, Big losing this allows for 3D Max to find 14 in the lead, and likely a 15th off the back of it. Big would have to go ahead and probably take an Eco. This is not good. Tabson already taken so much damage, dropped immediately. 2 players towards long. I mean, Gobby and Xanthars, they're going to have to step it up massively to hold this down. Good damage at least being done. They line up for Gobby on the AUG. A 3rd kill to come in. When it's needed, he steps it up. The in-game leader showing what he's capable of. It's a quad kill. And the op to be retrieved. As it's 14-13 Big. They find the win in a very crucial round. But of course, they're going to have to win it out against the Rifles once again. And then probably again afterwards, because there's so much money for 3D Max right now. They're not going to struggle to buy for the rest of this game. It's actually an auto sniper comes out. Oh, that is unfortunate. David P catches Tizian on the cross. And that actually does weaken that B bomb site. Jinx finding the kill on Nex, who takes that peek immediately. That's strange for him to do, especially when he lost his teammate. Because if he goes down, B is open for the taking, and that's exactly what just happened. The reset is going to come in. Big's economy looking to be destroyed. As we are going to see again the scoreline being equalized. We're seeing a full 30 rounds, potentially in overtime, it seems. As you would expect, of course, Gobby, Tabson, and Xanthars run away to try and just save those 3 weapons. It is really the only thing that they can do right now. Tempting to try and actually hunt this down. Tabson on the ramp could maybe be spotted and taken down. Gets the first kill on the Maka. Needs to be careful. Jinx is low. He has help from a teammate on long. They can't let him go down, otherwise he loses the op. But there we go. The boost comes in. The op gets dropped. That's a good find from Haji in the last couple of seconds. 14-14. The reset comes in on Big. And this is really bad. They're only going to really have those 2 rifles that they carried over. 3D Max, if they win this round, Big going to be working with an even weaker investment into the following to try and force overtime. So I think this round here is pretty much do or die for the German side. Are they actually going to take an eco? They might. I guess it could be worthwhile. Next is double eco, so he's not going to get a gun in the next round either way. Gobby going to get $1,900. Unless he finds kills in this round, he won't get a full buy either. So definitely not ideal. Oh, snipers in play. This time it's 2. Are they going to catch the cross again is the question. The first one starts shooting. Jinx is ready with his. Long control actually coming in is really open and is found though. Devil takes down Nex pretty quickly. And already a 5-on-4 in favor of 3D Max. Throwing the ups out of map. They have so much money they don't care. They're coming towards the end of the half. As long as Big can't pick it up is what they think. No luck. That maybe could have been a couple kills when they flashed for that smoke, but it didn't work out. 15-14. Map point for 3D Max. It looks like we could indeed be heading on over to, I believe, Cash is the decider. Let me double check. Yeah, it is actually Cash. So that would be an interesting one between these 2 teams. It's, I would say relatively close. It's towards the middle ground for these 2. So I think that's where we could see another very close match. But of course, it's not quite over yet. Big. They pulled out 3 rifles and a couple of SMGs. They need to pick this one up in order to take it into overtime. Can they do so is the question. Early on, Xanter's on long, needs to find this kill and gets it done. Devil taken down, Tabson going to be able to find one on David P elsewhere as he aggresses on mid and eventually falls. But with one kill and a dink dropping Hadji to 2 HP, it does look possible here for Big indeed to try and take this into overtime. What's the plan for 3D Max at this point? A man advantage with Hadji being extremely low. It looks like they are just going to try and bring it back through tunnels. Potentially B being their target. Tizian and Nex already positioned though, ready to try and hold that down. There we go, the commitment coming in. Utility to try and slow them down. MP9 long range finds the opening headshot. Tizian taking down Jinx. As Hadji realizes there's nothing that he can do. Has to go for it, of course. Last round and a half. No option to save. As overtime looking pretty much confirmed at this point. As soon as he takes this peek, he likely is to go down. Ooh, how's he still alive? Next actually doing damage to Tizian. As eventually he will be finished off. 15-15. Heading into an overtime. I believe it is MR3 16k, but it could be 10k. I'm actually not 100% sure. We did have overtime yesterday, but I do completely forget because I am a big noob. But yeah, good recovery from Big there in the end. Making it work with the weaker buy overall. Been able to take us into overtime, keeping things very close indeed. Reminder, 3D Max, they do need to pick up this map victory. Otherwise, Big are going to take the 2-0. Here we go. Into the overtime, it is indeed MR3 16k. Don't worry, there's not 999 rounds in the overtime. It is the first to reach 19 that gets the win. 18-18 means we see a second overtime, rather. But look how quick Hadji got along. Gets the timing perfectly. Takes down Nex as he retreats. And the round having barely begun already. The first blood has been shed in favor of 3D Max. Reminder, economy not really going to be an issue here in the overtime. It's going to be whoever can step it up and take the gun rounds in their favor. Again, 18-18 means another overtime. That lucky number for the win is 19. Looks like 3D Max may eventually commit to A. They've still grouped up heavily on long. They're yet to really take anywhere else on the map, so there's little chance they can do so. Tizian actually flanking around from B now is going to get a lot of info, so you can see a little bit of a stack towards A. They have to keep Tabson on mid to watch the short push for now. Currently not really been able to find much info with that smoke down as well, so they do have to be careful. But actually, Xantares is pushed short, so now Tabson should rotate over to A, be able to actually help that long push. No, one smoke in play rather. That won't be able to actually cover this perfectly, so this could get dangerous. Tabson definitely has a chance. Puts a smoke down himself, though. Helps them a little bit, if anything. Xantares is only able to find one as they push the bomb site, as the kills do continue to go in favor of the French side. Tizian and Gobby left to try and clutch out the 2-on-3. One on long, one in the CT smoke. As Gobby is indeed dealt with very quickly. All onto Tizian. Gets one, but that's all that's allowed, rather. As he is traded back on. Opening round of the overtime going to go in favor of 3D Max. Is Devil going to try and get long control in the zone? No, I don't think so. That would have been dangerous. Of course, there's 3 players right there now for Big, so would have been risky. This time, though, early on, heavily focused towards tunnels, it seems, for 3D Max. Next on this side of the map, alongside Tizian. Molotovs are now going to keep them from actually pushing in, but it could get dangerous. For now, though, they do also get control elsewhere. Devil being able to creep up short all on his own. Taking that under the control of 3D Max. but actually I believe that's Tabson who's aggressing right now. He could have the chance to try and get this frag if eventually Devil takes a little bit of a peek. Willie is the question, though. I don't think they'll expect Devil to be up this close either, so it could be dangerous if Big themselves decide to push in on short. For now, though, Xanther is rotating down, rather. Tabson to hold that on his own, and it looks like 3D Max now beginning to group up on short. This is where the hit is going to come in. Will Tabson be able to find one and maybe drop back down to safety? That's the question. Smoke comes in deep. They have an idea of where he could be positioned now. Xantheris finds one towards top mid. As finally the first blood is shed with the round coming to only 35 seconds remaining. And now 3D Max are going to have to get a move on. Maka finds that opening kill on Xanthers. Gobby with a flash to try and allow for the peak to come in from the site as well. He finds one for himself, as does Tabson. But the trades are being found. A 2v2. The bomb plant should indeed be put into place, but Tizian maybe in a spot to try and stop it. Actually takes down Maka. Jump peek to try and see if he can spot that bomb planter out. Jinx for now not actually going to be holding it. He wants to take the fight. Finds the first and takes down Next somehow with a quick headshot. That's going to be the second round of the overtime for 3D Max as they look good here so far. Again, Big not going to struggle to buy, but they need to pick up a round here on the CT side. Again, if 3D Max reach 18, the best that Big can do is actually take all three in a row to send it to an overtime. So this is getting tough. Auto Sniper's back in play for the French side again. The spam coming in. No damage being connected this time. Decent nade on Devil. Takes another 75, but doesn't matter. With the flash, he's still able to actually go out and find the opening kill on long. Xantheris had found one elsewhere, so it does at least remain in a 4v4 for now. Into a 4v3, Xantheris re-aggressing on long. A risky play, but one that does work out in his favor. Oh, and again Xanthar is pushing forward. Jinx was holding the corner, ready for a peek to come in and all, and he still gets taken down. That's the bomb as well being dropped, most importantly. This is looking like Big may be able to actually pick up a round on that CT side here in overtime. Haji does get one, but... Oh, actually gets two. He lines him up there in tunnels. I didn't even realize for a second. But yeah, of course, they still have to try and retrieve that bomb. So, gonna be tough, but at least more doable now. The 2v2 gonna just be Gobby and Xanthars that they have to take down. As actually the steps are being heard. Xanthars traded to the Og. Brings it up to the quad kill. Potentially an ace actually to be found. As they do begin to back off. Knowing that at this point the only thing that can be done for Haji is to run that bomb up long and take it onto A. So they're happy enough to give it up. He'll spend a couple seconds ensuring they're not still aggressive. And at this point it's just not possible. He's hoping he can get the kills. Gets one. But as long as that peak doesn't come in, then he should be fine. Didn't actually realize that Gobby threw that nade from the bomb site. So a bit unfortunate. He might die after time. Yeah, there we go, Haji. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, never mind. It's overtime. I'm actually... really stupid. I'm very sorry. It's been some long days of solo casting. I've been casting every day for the last week. Give me a break, guys, alright? Apologies. But yeah, Big, they get one round, but that could have been a much better half. Losing that 2v1 in the round before up against Jinx did cost them quite heavily. Now they're going to have a perfect T-side if they want to take it in this overtime. They need to get all 3 rounds to get up to 19. I am going to take this opportunity to take a quick drink of water while we wait for them to ready up. But yeah, good play there. We'd have to point that out from Big. The fact that they fell back off and allowed for him to try and get the bomb was really, really solid idea. Presume it was called by Gobby, it seemed. I'm seeing the spam for what I said. I deserve that. I deserve it. It was really stupid. Sometimes I just blank out. It happens, alright? It happens. Let's see though. Oh, Devil actually does get tagged down. Advantage early on. A little bit of a HP one. Double up setup and play here as well from 3D Max, which normally when you see that come out, it's not Devil who picks up the second up. Usually being David P. I think he did actually decide to take that when he got tagged down, maybe? Not too sure. Makido, aggressive on short, catches Xanthers. A really nice find indeed. Haji on the long gets one. I don't think they notice another player up close. He can eventually try and pounce, but it wasn't even needed at first. Haji shut it down on his own. There it is, map point for 3D Max. As it looks like they may be able to take victory here on the second map. Don't believe what it says at the top of the screen, by the way. It is actually Big who won that first map, so 3D Max picking up one more round is going to send us on towards Cash as a decider. As again, some damage early on. Not being connected on the up, it was actually Xanthers who got tagged down. I think that was a little bit of team damage, sadly. Jinx takes some elsewhere over towards B, so it's at least traded back. But for now, still the 5-on-5. A default seemingly coming in from Big as they just do split up and look to try and find the opening kills. Gobby on the up gets taken down. Actually going to find one before being traded by Tizzy, and a little bit aggressive for him to try and swing on the long house right there, in all honesty. Wasn't really needed. As we can see right now, Big, they'll be happy enough with that 1-for-1 trade. Problem is, Mac is pushed up in the long house, so he knows no one's gonna actually be coming through this position. That has allowed for them to stack up B slightly. Technically, of course, Big could still go up short and take over A. But Maka now on his flank is going to realize that that's not what they're doing. They're going to try and go for that B split. A free kill to be found on the Xanthers. The push now ready to come in towards B. Going to be Jinx on the Og to be the first point of contact. Spams them down. They line up in the smoke. And it's all on to Nex right now. He shouldn't be alive much longer, as it is going to be Jinx to finish him off. That's the end of the second map here. 3D Max taking it. 19-16. That means we're going to be heading on to Cash, of course, which will decide this series. We are going to go ahead and take a break for a little while, guys. Again, not too sure how long the break will be. I know Twitch chat is very, very impatient, but we do just have to wait for the players to be ready to go with the third map. But we're going to go ahead and send it over to a couple of advertisements. Again, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that follow button above the stream. And if you're enjoying my cast, then you can type in !caster if you want to find a link to my Twitter. I appreciate all the support, and we'll be back soon, guys.